Hello, everybody. Waiting for my computer to sync up on YouTube. And it looks like we have ourselves a show to go through. Always want to make sure I got to share my screen, because if you don't see it, you're just going to see a blank screen, which is not going to make you happy. Sync up on YouTube. Shut up. All right, so let's get on with the show. Okay, so here we are with our usual scans found on MotorWave. You can see here we have some shorts here. Let me just show you the markets right now. The markets are not looking very happy. We got everything's down. Gold, oil's up, yay. Forex, even what I was hoping this would take off. Euro USD, that is. Bitcoin is up 5.4%. Crypto's up 4.25. The FTSE's up because we know about that. And Asia. So let's see if Asia will lead us out of this mess that we're in. So let's get started. Thanks for the like. I appreciate that. All right. So first thing, we got a couple of short outlook for the U.S. markets, Nasdaq and S&P. We know that the U.S. markets are fundamental. There are those that will put out messages saying that the U.S. dollar is fairly strong. You know, your best way to measure that is just look at it instead of rely on analysts and all that. Let me just see where we're at. I'm just going to bring it up right now. And it's always 90 and 91. Here it is, 99.93. So it is stronger. So that is usually how you're able to suppress crypto. So we'll see that in a little bit when I look at it. So as I said, we have the U.S. markets pointing down. We have quite a few pointing down. Even the safe havens, for some reason, are pointing down as well. USD, Japanese yen. But here's an interesting thing. We're starting to see our true safe havens, be it USD, Swedish, starting to long. We also have what was hopefully a long-term outlook on the Australian market. Austria 200 down, pointing down, that is. Euro 50s pointing down. Considering that the US dollar is up, I find that a little bizarre. Euro Huff has a long, so these are our safe havens. If things get really bad, we start to want to see this to start to perform. That's Euro, weak Norway, same with Euro, New Zealand, Euro Poland. These are your safe havens right here. I've talked about these numerous times, be it in Swedish or Scandinavian and Eastern Europe. But here we go. Here's the interesting part. This is what we want to watch. Hong Kong and Japanese yen. That's what I'm starting to say, is Asia starting to lead us out of this medical mess. When you look at India, you know, as it's short, but look at that sudden increase with the Indian markets a few days ago. And we have Netherlands as well, more shorts. Here's one we haven't seen in a while is Taiwan. It has a short as well. More shorts, I bet, for both the Nasdaq. And for those that are out there playing the U.S. markets, the Russell 2000 is your best bet. The hit won't be as bad as Nasdaq and S&P 500, but you'll soon hopefully see that there are performers out there that will do better than the U.S. And again, we have the Russell 2000 as well, more shorts there. But check this out. Here we have China. China in the yuan is starting to move up quite a bit. It's hard for me to say. We'll know later tonight how this does, as well as we have USD as well having a long in the INR. But again, this is not a consistent one. But I will say, I've been watching 2 days ago that the Asian markets were starting to take off, specifically China. And if this starts to take off, then you know for sure that we are underway with a potential bull run out of Asia, being led by China. S&P 500 pointing down. Again, look at our safe havens are pointing down with more shorts. And here we have another safe haven on the rise. That's USD in Sweden. Again, here's another interesting one. Another way to confirm about Asia is USD Singapore dollar is starting to move up as well. So again, this is not consistent, but this is what we want to look out for to confirm that. Again, we have more exotics. Once you start to see the exotics on the move and pulling out longs, especially like the Turkish lira or the South African rand, then you know things are kind of wonky, but you can see that big bar when you have the USDXY pointing up. So it gets kind of mixed up pretty fast. CHF and the Japanese yen, a big down move there. I'm looking more for the consistent ones. So here's one, New Zealand, Japanese yen moving down with a short there. Here's an interesting one. This is another way to know if Asia's on the move up. We have here Singapore and Hong Kong. It was moving down. We have a big bar move up here. Time is at 12:56, still fairly early for the Asian markets to open up. This is another factor that we got to watch. I've been talking about this for the last few days, is Australia USD. You can see it's been moving up, flattening out, but it still has some nice volume there, historical volume, okay? What we're looking for, and I'm going to show in a minute, is copper and the Chinese markets, because we're not seeing them here. We're just moving into very good. Another one that we've been watching is the UK, because of the pandemic and how they're vaccinating people pretty fast. I believe it's up 20% now. Vaccination, that added a nice pop to both anything UK 100 or the pound, but we're not seeing the pound up here yet. So that was just looks to be a short-term pop. US 30, again, the hit here is not so bad, but it is a short. One market I do like that can be stable is France, the CAC 40, and hopefully that will continue. USD Canada, it has been in a decline. When you look at the daily, you will see, well, let me show you the daily. The daily has been in a steady decline, and that's just Canada as a country is just kind of going into the tank. Just read the news. Same Denmark, another safe haven here. USD, look at that. That's no different than Sweden. But again, this could be temporary. Now we start to see the gold. Let's see how gold. This is why I don't like gold. Gold has been confirmed to be suppressed. Just look at the ETFs, the inflow of silver, SLV, and GLD. It's all fake. Okay, it's paper. But you can see here, this should not be happening. This should not be. When you get a, actually, I should backtrack a little bit, is because in gold with the US dollar performing, yeah, you will see gold move down. So you can see that here. Interesting on how it's led in the Japanese yen. So again, we see Australia, Hong Kong flattening out, but it still maintains a long there, as well as it's still a long for the Australian dollar. Okay, cool. France has a short. Again, you see just Canada is just out of the, just not doing too well lately. But here we could see more longs on the euro, Denmark. Here, euro in Hong Kong is starting to weaken. Euro, and another decent currency is New Zealand as well. So you can see it's got a nice long there. But this is the big one we've been watching, and you can see it's getting hit. It was starting to show some nice signs of recovery, but now it's getting hit. Is that related around the performance of the USD market or the US markets? So again, we have some bonds showing up. Again, this should not, well, I guess it could happen with a Deutsche 10-year. We have a couple of longs here, so these are defense plays again. But you notice if the US had its credibility, we'd see more of the US Treasury here, but we're not. Canada, Singapore, short. Okay, let's take it. So we still have a long call for the UK markets. How many we got? We got two of them right there. Actually, well, 2 out of 3. Some safe havens that you think USD Poland has a short, but it's performing. Coming back to Saudi, got a short there. Short on the USD Thai baht. That's an interesting one there. So top US 30, a short there. Okay, we've got a long on the Canadian, but we saw a short earlier. Again, a short on the Denmark, but it's moving on up. Here we get some agriculture, a short on wheat. Looks like that's the case. Another one again on wheat and USD. Same with corn. I guess this shouldn't be happening. Like we're moving into a season where the price should be moving up as we go into growing season. New Zealand, Canadian dollar, not looking good there with that short, and another short in the Canadian Hong Kong. I don't know what's up with the Canadian. New Zealand, that right there in the Swiss franc with that nice bar up. Here we go, copper. This is what we've been wanting to show. Look at that nice rise up. This is your leading indicator right there. Okay, so we're going at 349, and it's moved up in that very short period of time to 383. So for a commodity to move, that's a base metal. So that's coming out of most likely Australia, which did impact the Australian dollar. So now let's look at the Chinese markets. China 50 on the 4-hour. Well, let's look at the 1-hour chart here just to check out how it's been performing. I can throw in some other ones. You can just see how the volume's pretty light, but overall, it's doing well. It's doing real nice. Okay, so look at those. You're going on about the U.S. markets not looking strong. Right there is China. Next up, we have what else we got? Hong Kong was another one that we could look at as well. Same thing. Okay, so that is looking good. Let's check out Singapore. Those markets there, Singapore 30, not so much. And let's look at one last one, the Japanese market as well. And you can see Hong Kong, Japan, or China is doing really good. So 225 for Japan. Load it up. I don't know what's going on there. Let's try it again. Oh, not enough data. I don't know if this has been dropped. I don't know, but whatever. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. But I would say definitely China and Hong Kong are on the move. So is China leading us out? We don't know. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.